Hey guys, it's 3:30 Central Time. The market just closed 30 minutes ago. Let's try to look at these Defiance funds and some of these yield max funds I follow, see how we closed in relation to where the profit boxes are, see how much money we made today or lost. Well, let's look at the chart first. So first one is NVDY. All right, triple QY. Boy, I don't like that last bar. What did it do? It just freaking... Anyway, all right, well, that was going to make some money for us, but not anymore. So anyway, it is what it is. So we're going for $1.3 million and end up losing 600,000. That is not great, and it takes us to but we're still positive 14 cents earnings per share on the month. And our dividend estimate is sitting at 65 cents, which sounds kind of low. I bet I have something in there wrong. No, it should be right. Anyway, dividend estimates of 65 cents right now. All right, so let's look over here at JEPY. So first we'll check out SPX. Golly, this was a full profit an hour before the close, and then it closed right on the break-even line. So let's see what the spreadsheet says. Yeah, we were going for 357,000. We lost 10,000. That takes us to a positive 13 cents a share, or we're still at 13 cents a share. All right, so that's all right. Dividend estimate is also a little low on this one also. All right, anyway, that's fine. It is what it is. It's only 3 days into the month, but they're both kind of low. And I checked the math, it should be right. When you get to record highs, volatility compresses. We've been at record highs, and we're going higher, so... or seem to be going higher. So that puts a hurt on volatility. Less volatility means you get less time premium. Time premium is extrinsic. They pay our dividends out of extrinsic capture. So the less extrinsic capture they have, the less dividend they can pay. They had to pay it today, it would only be 52 cents. That's still pretty darn good. Anyway, let's look at IWMY. IWMY actually made money. It was the one that made money today. Let's check out the chart real quick. See what it did different. It sold off in the last half hour also, but it started from a higher place. So we'd expect about a quarter profit based on the profit box, because it's about a quarter of the way from the bottom. Sure enough, we're going for $1 million. We ended up at 273, basically. 4 cents a share. That's wrong right there. Ignore that. But let's look at the estimate. Okay, the estimate's wrong also. My apologies, and this is wrong too. Anyway, I want to get you guys are here. Let's get you the right number on the divvy estimate. This isn't really so much an estimate as a calculation. Now that we know how they calculate it, it is an estimate because it's a projection though. If we've had 3 days pass in the month, there's 21 days in a month. So we're multiplying by 7. We're taking the extrinsic and multiplying by 7 and then taking 90% of that number. Right now it would come to $1.18 where we paid $1.10 last month. So this one is above last month, but below the month before that. All right, so let's look over here at some other ones. So this is TRES. TRES is right in the middle of the darn valley of death every time I check. Yeah. Right in the middle of the valley of death. Well, and I just checked the positions. As of right now, they haven't changed them yet. So so that one's not going the way we'd like. Let's check out CONY. All right. So look at this. They had these 2 strikes, and then Friday they rolled up to the way out. They rolled up 40 points. So they rolled up 20%, 30%. In one day they get there. That's crazy, or almost get there. Then they turn around right in the last little bit. All right. Well, good job, CONY. Let's check out MSTY. I bet the chart looks the same. I bet it went up and then sold off in the last 30 minutes. No, it did not sell off. Okay. Well, this one's insane. This is the same thing. They moved the strikes up 30 or 40%. They have 3 strikes. They're right at the middle one. Still have some room to go on the top one. Let's check out NVDY. Vicious little sell-off there in the last part of the day. Actually, it benefits these guys, though, because they'd blown their strike out, and now they came right back to max profit. So that's fine, I guess. What's the other? Oh, TSLY. Let's check out a little TSLY. All right, well, I don't know what happened with Tesla today. I haven't heard yet. I asked for somebody to leave it in the comments, but no one did. I may have to actually turn on CNBC, which I hate to do. Or I may have to actually Google it. Anyway, hopefully this will be fine. I don't know. Mike, the tactical stock scalper, follows the technicals, and I saw him say today that if we held 180, we'd be all right, but under 180, we might get 150. So right now we're holding 180. We almost held 190. We rallied up and almost recovered, almost took back 190 there at the end of the day, but then this one also sold off a little bit in the last half hour. All right, guys, that is it for the day. I'll be back with the buffer report later, but I guess we could look right now. Yeah, let's look at the buffer report, I guess. All right, so we won't do 30-day right now. Let's just do the single-day buffer report. See how these stocks did compared to their benchmark today. TSLY outperformed the benchmark. Great job. I mean, it was down, but not as much as Tesla was, and that's the way these funds are designed. NVDY, good job, up 2%. Parent NVIDIA was up 3%. That's fine. That's about in line. CONY catching a lot of that upside. Parent was up 11%. Coinbase up 11%. CONY was only up 9%. That's perfect, though. These other ones were in line. Aptly was down a little bit. AMD, look at that, caught up pretty much 100% of the parent's upside. Good job, AMD. TSLP, let's see who won between TSLP and TSLY. TSLY usually wins. I like TSLY better, just my opinion, because they use shorter term options, and that's what I prefer. But TSLP uses monthly options. They were down 5.73%. TSLY was down 5.9%. Today, TSLP won. I like TSLP too. All right, MRNY. These other ones were pretty much in line. DISO, these are in line, which means they did what you'd expect them to do. They performed, all of these were in line. They lost a little bit less than the parent asset. That's exactly what we'd expect them to do. Okay, now AIYY, this is not a great one. For some reason, they were down when the parent asset was up. I'm going to have to check into that. I don't even think that's right. I think there's a bad number in there. Forget about that one. MSTY is up 15%, but for some reason this chart, some days it displays MSTR's results and some days it doesn't. I guess I'm going to have to ask Corey to help me fix this. It's not very good at spreadsheets. I don't know what I'd do without Corey. All right, well, anyway, that's a single day. Let's look at the single day SPX funds. All right, so of course the SPX was down a little bit today. JEPI outperformed. JEPY just disappeared, but I'm sure it outperformed too. iSPY outperformed. They all outperformed. SPY outperformed. GPIX was in line. Bally underperformed a little bit. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Let's see, single day Nasdaq. All right, Nasdaq sold off there at the end of the day, so it was down 42 basis points. All the high yield funds outperformed. The best one being JEPQ today. JEPQ outperformed the most today. But QQQY caught about half the downside, which is good. Bally caught a little bit less than half the downside. I don't know what, on that other one, Bally was... Well, Bally, I think actually we should compare it to the S&P. I need to take it off the other one, but in any event, Bally's fine. If Bally's underline was the Nasdaq, it would have outperformed. I think Bally's underline is actually the S&P. All right, QQQY, they caught a little bit more than half the downside, but that's fine. They outperformed. GPIQ outperformed. We'll take a real quick look at the 30-day single stocks. TSLY's outperforming on a 30-day basis. NVDY's outperforming on a 30-day basis. That's incredible. CONY's in line. OARC's outperforming. AMSI's outperforming. APLY's in line. AMD's in line with expectations. TSLP also outperforming on a 30-day basis and also outperforming TSLY. MRNY outperforming the parent. Rest in line. FIBI outperforming the parent. Dizzo, NFLY, and SKY in line. SKY looking the best there. Look at SKY on a 30-day basis, catching about 90% of squares upside, or block, whatever you want to call this stock now. All right, GUI underperforming, but XOMO even outperforming. Goop outperforming. Goop did better than GUI here. It's been a better day. I'll have to say the curve funds have done better to the similar funds that are in the YieldMax universe, just on a one day basis based on today. Clips in line. AIYY. That other chart was messed up, the AIYY chart, but AIYY is up 30% on the month, and AI, the underline is up 30% on the month. AIYY is only up 11%, but that's a great problem to have, to only be up 11%, but it is having some underperformance problems. MSTY, I mean, my gosh, look at this thing. It's catching half the upside. It's up 30%. I mean, that's something else. All right, guys, I'll be back this evening, and we'll discuss tomorrow's profit boxes. And we'll also look at anything else I missed in today's update. And I'm going to check. I wish TRES would adjust their position. That could be a good strategy. I just think they need to make some adjustments every once in a while. But maybe they did make one today, and it just hasn't filtered through to the websites yet. I'll check the website again. I always check again after they close the office. I figure that they aren't going to change anything after 6 or something. So I'll check back at 6 and get all the updated trades for the day and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll have an update this evening, and we'll look at the profit boxes for tomorrow. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful afternoon.